Can I be following New Vegas without the Pipboy? I know others have done this challenge before, but I wanted to take part in this challenge. Even though I haven't played enough of New Vegas to know like all the ins and outs of it, to know all the tricks. I've mostly played Skyrim, but I chose New Vegas because I wanted a breath of fresh air since I played too much of Skyrim. The rules are I can't use the Pip-Boy for any of its functions. For example, I can't equip or unequip items through the Pip-Boy. I can't use healing items through the Pip-Boy. I can't fast travel, use the map, or select quests. So all of these things, it's like multiple challenges in one. But some things do have some workarounds. But I can, however, buy and sell things. I can open containers and loot bodies and like interact with things because I don't feel like they're part of the Pip-Boy. This challenge was mostly me running around place to place since I can't fast travel and since I can't use the map and I don't have a really extensive knowledge of where everything is on the map. It was some of the most painful parts was me just running around not knowing where the hell anything was because I don't have map markers and I just had to go off of memory for most of it. Anyway, let's get started. So I awoke in Doc Mitchell's office, made an old man, named him Phil, and was on my way. For my stats, I ended up taking all of my points from perception, intelligence, and luck and putting them into strength, endurance, charisma, and agility. I also unbinded the keybind for the Pip-Boy so I wouldn't accidentally press it during the run. Out of the 3 skills you get to select, I put my points into sneak, speech, and unarmed. And for the traits, I did heavy-handed and the wild wasteland trait. From Good Springs, I went east until I got to Sloan. I took the path north from there, sneaked past the Death Claws, and made my way to the Strip. While I was heading there, I sold as many of the things that I had on me to the vendors because I needed to get 2,000 caps in order to pass the credit check at the front gate of the Strip. On my way to the Strip, I ran into this Freeside thug, and since I didn't have any weapons, he was basically a boss fight, and I barely made it out of that encounter alive. I had like a sliver of health left. When I got to the credit check, they told me I was poor and then killed me. So I went back, did a quest, got paid 50 caps. So I just sold more things until I had enough caps for the credit check and I entered the Strip. At the Strip, I convinced Benny to lose the bodyguards. Then I tried to kill him, but he ended up killing me multiple times instead. So I left thinking there's no way I could beat him, and I went back to Good Springs to do the quest with Sunny. Doing this quest auto-equips the varmint rifle, which I then used to shoot Joe Cobb in the back of the head and help Ringo defend the town against the Powder Gangers. After that, I started heading towards the 188 trading post because I wanted to get Veronica as a follower to help me deal with Benny. But the fact that I couldn't use the map and my limited knowledge on the location of things in New Vegas, it ended up taking about an hour for me to finally find the trading post and recruit Veronica. While on my way to the 188 trading post, I leveled up. I mostly put my points into sneak, speech, and unarmed skills. So me and Veronica go visit Benny. And I happen upon the platinum chip. So I go speak with Yes Man and decide here that I'm going for independent Vegas. So I go have a word with Mr. House. After that, I level up and put all my points into unarmed. Then I installed Yes Man to the Lucky 38. He shows me the upgraded Mark II robots and started going to find each faction. I started with the 2 factions at the Strip, the White Glove Society and the Omertas, and then made my way to the Boomers. I didn't know exactly where the Boomers were, but I knew they were northeast from Vegas. Once I got near the Boomers, I made a bet with George, but died a couple times until I was finally able to make it through towards the gate of the Nellis Air Force Base. I talked with the old lady, then left since I just needed to talk to them once for the quest to update. On my way back, I went to get my money from George, then visited the Great Khans, then spent an absurd amount of time looking for the Brotherhood. Since I couldn't use the Pip-Boy for its map, I had to go based off of memory, and I looked all over the place, but eventually just searched up an image of where Hidden Valley should be, And even with that, it was still more challenging than just using the Pipboy since I didn't know where I was. But I finally arrived at Hidden Valley, and Veronica helps me get inside of the Brotherhood bunker. On my way back to Yes Man, I go do the quest for the Van Graffs, but I don't actually complete it. I just take the armor and laser gun that they automatically equip and I just leave. Once I meet up with Yes Man, I tell him that I don't care what happens to the president, so he gives me the override chip and I take it to the El Dorado substation. At the station, Veronica decimates one of the NCR soldiers, but I guess they didn't notice or they just didn't care, since they let me plant the override chip and leave without any problems. Back at the Lucky 38, I talk to Yes Man to start the battle at Hoover Dam. Once at the dam, I run across a battlefield in order to get to the control room. After getting to the control room, I go to destroy the generators. While I was here, I mostly relied on Veronica and the robot that was sent with us, because the amount of damage I could do was next to nothing compared to what they could do. So without them, I really could not have finished this. When I got outside, I started heading towards the Leggett's camp. Once we got in there, I let Veronica and my robot take out the Legion soldiers, and after that we went to confront Leggett Lanius. He proceeded to beat the dog shit out of me a couple times, so much so that I started to doubt whether beating him was even possible. But after multiple attempts, we finally bested him. When General Lee Oliver showed up, I ordered my robots to blow him up and answered the question, can you beat Fallout New Vegas without the Pip-Boy? I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe please, and see ya.